this is what we made this for people, a lot of people to experience this in this way. The principals who invented this are Randall Fonts from the Exploratorium in San Francisco. For those of you who don't know, it's a science and art institute in San Francisco. And my friend Darren Gibbs, who's an artist and software writer for Apple Computer, and myself. And the three of us are meditators of different disciplines, and we found that we have such intense, beautiful experiences in our meditations that we wanted to find a way to share that with people. How do you get people into these kinds of experiences? How do you leave those breadcrumbs that lead back to those spaces? Particularly in these times when we accidentally fall into those kinds of spaces through crises, can we consciously go into these beautiful places and spaces that transcend our normal reality without having to go through a crisis? So this is our answer to that. And it's a meditation device. The mandala represents an 8-dimensional object. There are 8 dimensions that are colored in different layers and levels of color. And I was thinking about the topic of this evening, mirrors, the Hall of Mirrors, and there's several ways in which this is a mirror, many, many ways in this is a mirror. But the mandala shape itself is called a Gaussian polytope, E8. In mathematics, it's used to describe the placement of subatomic particles in an atom. It's our closest description visually of and mathematically of the atomic structure that we know of. So this is a reflection. When we raise our higher frequency, we will be able to see ourselves on a cellular and then an atomic level. This is what it would look like on a pure energy level. And Randall painstakingly layered the different levels of dimensions with color. So when we shine different colored lights, it'll reveal the different dimensional aspects. And then we'll be strobing the lights in such a way that'll sync your brain to different brainwave patterns. So your mind will begin to assemble the 8 dimensions and it'll create an 8-dimensional field. Yesterday, BASHAR was working on the mentioning fractal patterns, the antennas raising from the fractal patterns. Well, the backdrop to this is a fractal pattern. And the fractal math basically represents very simple relationships that can be infinitely expressed. So the mandala represents supersymmetry, the prime particle of our existence, the atom, and the fractal patterns represents a different type of math that describes unlimited, within the limited, unlimited expression. So you've got this sort of masculine, feminine, feeding in and out, breathing in and out of that kind of thing. So the other thing is we're going to be projecting lights onto this form. And the other way it's a mirror is that when we project lights, what's going to happen is you're going to sense motion. You're going to see circles and dimensional fields open up and close. But in reality, what we're doing, all we're doing is strobing light onto color. And your mind will be creating a story in between those moments of motion. So we experience change as motion, but there is no motion, it's just change. So this is another mirror to understand or to reflect that kind of thing that your own brains, your own minds are doing. So that's just another way of appreciating this. So I recommend that you stare in the center, because the center is the focal point. The whole center of meditation is to come into the center of your own being. Each one of these fractal patterns has a center which represents the center, so it's all one center represented in multi-dimensions. Okay, so let's go do it.